guys, Marsegan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so today we are going to try Majin Vegeta in probably his ultimate test here. Obviously we've seen from the Extreme AGL video, although I do want to do a more difficult stage as well, the fact that ESBR is probably going to be one of the places that you can find the most uses for him. The AoE, the stun, obviously very good, but how is he going to hold his own in the legendary Vegeta event? So it's what we are here to find out today. I am running a full, technically it is a Pure Saiyans team, but it's basically like a full Vegeta family team, because obviously I'm running double Super Vegeta leaders, but the whole team is Majin Vegeta. The whole team is Vegeta family. So basically we need to get our rotations fixed, because of course we had AGL Majin Vegeta in the second turn, and this Tech Vegeta in the third turn. Now at least we managed to get the timing right for him to transform nice and early, so we're going to get him floated off here. We'll get some extra stacks on this Xeno Vegeta, because obviously his support is going to be very, very useful throughout this run, and we'll see how we get on, because obviously the best rotation possible for Majin Vegeta on this team is going to be linked up with the Tech Majin Vegeta, and then with Xeno Vegeta in slot 3, not only to provide that 40% support, but also the fact that he has Shattering the Limit as well. So basically means we'll have every single link active for LR Majin Vegeta except for Legendary Power, and we will see how he holds his own. Because based on what we've seen in the other videos, with the support, we know that he's going to have, on that rotation, he's going to have a little over 200k HP, but defense. But obviously compared to you know, some of the better defensive units in the game, or even what we I guess would consider like average defense in the game now, that's not the best. So this is the problem that you definitely can run into. We spawned a lot of extra, like these rainbow orbs and another AGL orb at the top, so I now am stuck in the position where I either have to get the 18 key super with him or not super attack with him at all, which is a little bit unfortunate. But obviously in this particular stage we've got type advantage, so you know, we should still do some reasonable damage anyway. He's like super attacking in slot 1 a lot. Unfortunately this Tech Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, really good in this event once you start getting him some build up, but unfortunately he I think he's only been hit like once in the first turn, so him getting super attack straight away is not ideal. Good damage on the AoE thanks to the crit, and obviously we're taking double digit damage. I mean, it's kind of expectable at this point. Without a support unit on the rotation, we know he sits at around 160, 170k defense, so obviously with type advantage, you know, it's perfectly fine here. So I guess what we probably should do, okay, so we're going to get the support memory, because obviously we took a load of damage. I like bringing this one in both the Vegeta event and the GT Goku event, just because of the extra healing is always nice, you know, when you get further into the event a little bit, and you know, because for me, I feel like this is a bit too early in the Vegeta event for me to want to be using an item, so getting that heal off is a nice little bonus. I did find a friend, Rainbow Super Vegeta as well, so obviously when he's actually getting hit in slot 1, he's going to be doing quite a lot of damage. We'll probably see that KO screen quite frequently, but we probably are just going to be running him as a slot 2 unit the majority of the time. So the unfortunate thing is we do want to try and get the 6 orbs for this Majin Vegeta as much as possible. However, we are in a position where we can go ahead and put the AGL one in slot 1, because obviously he doesn't raise defense at all. So even though his defense isn't the best, like, he can be a slot 1 unit on this team. Oh, great. He can be a slot 1 unit on this team, whereas obviously, you know, the Majin Vegeta, Tech Majin Vegeta only really can work in slot 1 if we go ahead and use an item. So we are at, yeah, 172k defense. I think I will have to go ahead and Princess Snake here, just in case we unfortunately, the Majin Vegeta, but either Majin Vegeta on this turn can't take a super attack, because the Tech one did not get the guard. So at least with a Princess Snake we take double digit damage. 4.79 on his attack stat is decent, but now he's going to take a super. This will still probably do a reasonable amount of damage, because Princess Snake doesn't have the biggest damage reduction. Yeah, 230k still. So Majin Vegeta, I mean, straight away, even from this God Vegeta phase, you can kind of tell that He can be decent on the team to put out damage, but he just can't really take hits very well. I'll be interested to see like how he would take a normal hit, you know, if we're on full health without an item in place. But I feel like the dangerous thing about running him in events like this is the fact that because his defense is as bad as it is, you basically don't really want to ever risk him taking hits, because if he does actually take a super, then you're going to be in serious trouble. So it's like, even if he's only taking one attack, you kind of almost don't want to run the risk of not using an item, because that one attack that he's taking could be a super attack, and then he dies. So let's use this here now. Actually, we'll save the main rotation one. This is my one, who after finally doing some last summons at the end of a stream a week or so ago, I did pull a second copy, so my Super Vegeta is 79%. So we'll go ahead and do this. Obviously he's not getting hit first either, so this isn't going to be the biggest damage dealing turn. Yeah, I did use the item. So we need to top up HP with same type orbs as much as we can, really. 5.5 on the friend one after being hit is very, very good. Because 5.5 is not as high as some of the other TURs who are vying for like those top 5 spots, but the fact that he just gets a guaranteed crit every time means that he obviously always does that little bit of extra damage, and even the additional normal attack. Like, as you get further into some of these more difficult events, additional normal attacks that don't crit don't really do anything. So Super Vegeta definitely able to put out a lot of damage as long as you hit that first super attack. So alright, GT Vegeta taking a super. He did super attack first, so his defense will be reasonably good, and we have the Whis up here. So yeah, 10k. It's pretty good. And there you go. My Super Vegeta able to hit basically the same attack stat as the Rainbow one by using his active skill without being hit first. And then look at this, what a G. He gets the additional and actually finishes him off, because there was not a lot of health left for God Vegeta, so that additional super coming in clutch right when we needed it there, so you love to see that. And now we have our physical Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. We still have the item in play. We can't get 6 orbs for the guard, but I could put you in slot 1, I guess, because what's your defense now? 300k, we have a Whis active still, so this will be a good heal off of this as well. And then, if only that rainbow orb wasn't there, but we can get that. There you go. So we can get the we can get the 17 key, which is obviously the sweet spot for Majin Vegeta. If you are not going for the AOE, right? So we can get 7 orbs for you as well. So that means he's going to have his guard. So this should be a solid turn. We have the Whis active, so of course, you know, damage is going to be a little bit, you know, misrepresented. I imagine we probably still take double-digit damage from normal attacks on the AGL Majin Vegeta. But it'll be interesting to see if he gets super attacked, how much damage he takes. 7.4 million attack stat. So, I mean, his attack stat's definitely good, but it's just that defense. I should have checked what his defense stat was on this turn. But like I said, we already know from seeing him with support on the previous videos, his defense with a support unit on rotation is over 200k. We were using a 35% support unit on Super Saiyan 2 team, and this Xeno Vegeta is a 40% support unit. So his defense is probably about 205, 210 at most, which obviously is not too crazy, but it's still pretty solid. Now, do I want to keep... I guess I should probably keep you on rotation, just because we're getting to the... we're going to be getting to the actual final AGL phase soon, where we don't really want to have the STR guy on main rotation. We'll save his active skill so he can do some bigger damage against the final phase. So if we go ahead and do this, we're going to get the Dokkan attack. We don't have an item active here, but we should tank well with this Super Saiyan 3 GT Vegeta, especially because we are going to get the super attack off here, which is the Dokkan attack. So no support on rotation. He's at 4.6 million. This awakening for this Super Saiyan 3 GT Vegeta is just so good. He's definitely a very good option for this event, especially because he's on a couple of the teams, Worthy Rivals. What's the other one? Gifted Warriors. So he's very, very good for this event. Pretty solid damage. We might actually take him out this turn. I guess it depends if the GT Vegeta here crits, because he's at a 6.6 million attack stat for this turn. So, hey, there you go. Look at that. Get the crit. Don't get supered. I just realised without an item up, that GT Vegeta getting supered would have been really bad. But Super Vegeta here should, with the guaranteed crit, finish him off. Because, yeah, we've got type advantage. So we get to the last stage here. Now, we don't have the Majin Vegeta link partner anymore, but we do have Super Vegeta. So let's see. So we're at 209k defense. We have... Yeah, see, we're missing a couple of links. Saiyan Warrior racing over in a flash, but still a pretty decent rotation for him. So let's go ahead and do this. Again, the tricky thing is here, like I was saying earlier in the video, as much as I want to see how much Vegeta tanks attacks for, but like, if I don't use an item here, and either of the units in the last 2 slots get super attacked, we just die. So, it's kind of tricky to decide. But I guess at this point, we've come as far as I guess I wanted to see what we could do. So I'm going to go ahead and not use an item, and if we do just get, if one of these last 2 units gets super attacked and we die, then I guess that's the end of the video, but at least we've kind of seen how Majin Vegeta performs in this event. I feel like his damage output is good enough that you can have him on the team. I mean, we've gotten to the end of the run, and if I use the Whis, we still have a Princess Snake spare. I would imagine that we would absolutely be able to beat this event if we did just use the items. So bringing Majin Vegeta on the team doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose. It's just the fact that, like, how much damage is he going to take? So Xeno Vegeta taking the super attack. His defense is pretty high. 246, that's fine. So now depending on how much Majin Vegeta takes from the normals, now we get to find out. So how much damage does he take in the final stage of the LVE? 25k. I mean... that's not terrible. I'm a bit worried about Super Vegeta though, because the first hit is the first hit's the one that does the big damage. So he's getting the double super. Because we 25k off the normal is actually kind of less than I thought it was going to be perfectly honest. And then 72, that's actually less than I thought as well for Super Vegeta, because I'm pretty sure, was that my one? So yeah, honestly, everybody complains about his defense being so low and being like the main, you know, drawback of the unit, which I do agree is the case. But, you know, 200 and, what was it, 207? Something, just over 200k defense, normal attacks from the Blue Evolution Vegeta, 25k. So, honestly, that's not really that bad. It means even if he was taking like 4 or 5 attacks in one slot, as long as one of them wasn't a super attack, then we would be fine. So... I do think that is pretty good. So let's go ahead. We definitely need to Princess Snake here, because this is a pretty good defensive rotation in terms of the kind of damage these units would be taking, but at the same time, don't want any of them really taking a super attack. So go ahead and do this. So yeah, I think Majin Vegeta, I would honestly say, slightly better performance than I expected, because again, his attack stats I think are decent enough, right? Like, in fact, I think... apart from maybe GT Vegeta, if we picked up enough orbs, no one on the team has been able to put up the highest attack stat that he has. So, obviously, Super Vegeta is kind of different because his attack stat's a bit lower, but he guaranteed crits. So, on average, he's probably putting out a little bit more damage, turn in, turn out. But, honestly, I think that's a pretty decent showing for him, considering I was honestly expecting that when we took that normal attack in the previous turn, we were probably going to be looking at least 50k or more. So 25k from one normal attack. I mean, it's still, you know, it's not, you know, double digits or anything, but considering the fact that everybody says, quite rightly, of course, that Majin Vegeta's defense is his biggest drawback and why he's not such a great, like, LR EZA, I'm actually, like I say, honestly a little bit surprised. I thought it was going to be more damage than that. Oh, and we're actually going to see the final explosion turn. Because remember, when you are below 30% HP, you get 12 key and a guaranteed crit. So, I think Xeno Vegeta shouldn't be able to finish him off here. I need to get as much health as I can, which is because we could very well die here. But I believe by doing this and doing this, Xeno Vegeta won't do enough damage to kill. And then we get the final explosion here for the W. So... that'd be a pretty good way to end the video, to be honest, showing off Majin Vegeta on this event. Because I don't think, yeah, 2.89, there's no way he finishes him off here. Get the crit, though, which is nice. And that gives him, of course, another defensive stack. So with the Whis active, even if he takes a super here, he will be fine. But look at this. What a fitting way to end the video. 6 million attack stat on the final explosion, which will be a guaranteed crit. And there you go. We take out Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. So, yeah, we had to use all of our items, but by bringing LR Majin Vegeta on a team with double Super Vegeta, an STR unit that when he takes the first hit takes quite a lot of damage, and we still managed to beat the LVE, and we set my best time as well. Obviously, I don't try and speedrun this event, so I'm sure this could easily be done faster, but I would say that's actually a pretty good run. So, yeah, his defense isn't quite what we would want it to be, but, you know, he did pretty well in this run. Now, obviously, we had items active a lot of the time, so we never really saw him take more than double-digit damage outside of that one super attack he took with the item active. So, yeah, I would say he did pretty well overall. You know, I see people saying that he's the worst LR EZA, but to me, I find him more fun to use than in Gohan. But you guys let me know what you think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ninja. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.